Saturday afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, near Burnett, Marble Falls, and Llano, Texas, near Inks Lake State Park, Texas. What I'm going to talk about in this video is about different gases used to heat homes and other things, including RVs. But first, I want to say howdy, friends and neighbors. Won't you step up and shake my hand? I'm an old apple knocker and a pea picker too. I'm gonna make a friend of somebody, and it looks like it's you. Haha. Howdy, guys. Anyway, back to the propane butane stuff. What I wanted to tell you was, in response to several questions related to how do I stay warm boondocking in my RV, particularly now since I don't have a furnace. I didn't get one, but my air conditioner has a heat strip whenever I have shore power. But boondocking, you do not have shore power. You don't have anything except solar and maybe a generator, but I only have solar, so that scratches that thing. What I do is, and this is when well, not that long ago, a few years ago when I was camping, I'd get caught out in the cold weather, but it's usually in the mornings. You know, you get up in the elevations, and during the day it'll be 80 degrees, and then at night the temperature will drop down into the 30s. Has that happened to me? Yes, sir, it has. And this is Park Road 4, by the way. This goes right by Inks Lake State Park, and right now it's 40 degrees. But yeah, but when it gets down below 40 in an RV or while you're out camping, it's cold. To me it is, because I'm a native Texan and I'm not used to minus 40s, all right? I'm used to plus 40s and above. So how do I stay warm? First step, layer on some clothes, baby. Lay them clothes on. If you got some good wool socks, stick them on too, and cover your head, because about 60% of your body heat is lost through your head, okay? So if you put something in your ears, if you don't have anything to cover your head, you can just put some cotton or something in your ears. That helps a lot. That'll help you stay warm. If you got something to put on your head, that helps a lot too. So I just bundle up and stay warm. That's how I do it. And if it gets really cold, if it dropped down into the upper 20s or whatever, and I had to have some heat, then what I would do is I would turn on a burner on the stovetop and open the windows maybe a quarter or so. You know, I've got 4 windows in my RV, so yeah, a quarter inch or so, enough to let some fresh air in. But now in RVs, they use propane. All right, propane. Now, what a lot of people don't know about propane is, you know, they think if they open the windows, they're going to vent that gas out the windows, or if they open the roof vent, that gas is going to be vented out through that roof vent. Hardy har, it isn't. You know why? Because propane is heavier than air, okay? So what it's doing is laying on the floor. That's what propane does, okay? The gas itself. Now, when you burn it on the stove, all it's doing is taking the oxygen out of the air, and that's why you need to open your windows and let some ventilation in, so that you've got an adequate supply of oxygen to keep your little human body alive. But if you had a propane leak, it's going to be laying on the floor, and you may light your pilot and find yourself being a pilot. You know what I mean? Like flying through the air, you know what I mean? Without the wheel in your hand, you know, you just kind of be zipping along there. But yeah, and butane also is heavier than air. And if you have a leak, it will accumulate on the lowest part it can find, just like water. And if you light a match, away you go with butane propellant. The safest gas to use, and that's why they use it in homes, is natural gas. Why? Because it's lighter than air, and if there is a gas leak, it will vent up. How do I know that? Because I became a certified pipeline inspector years ago, going around with a little sniffer, sniffing for those gas leaks. And what you can do, if there's a pipe buried 6-8 feet under the ground and it's had a leak for a while, first of all, you'll notice all the grass is dead around that leak. Why? Because it takes all the oxygen out of the air as it vents up through the earth, okay? And you'll see a big dead spot. So you know something ain't right. It's not chinch bugs, all right? A lot of people think their yard has chinch bugs, and sometimes it probably does. But if it's on the way to that little natural gas hookup on the side of your home, chances are you got a leak in that pipeline going up to your house or out in front of your house. But yeah, but natural gas is lighter than air. If you have a leak in your home, it'll vent up into the attic and then out, just goes right on up. That's why it can be dangerous in another way, because for businesses, there's grade 1 leaks, which are the worst ones. That means it's a big old good one. And I had to shut down a McDonald's in Atlanta, Georgia one time because they had a grade 1 that went right up under the foundation. And so they had a gas leak in there. And so they had to get it fixed before they would open them back up. It only took them a few hours. They just dug down and found the leak, repaired it, and that was the end of that. That's the good thing about natural gas, people. You know, if they would allow or had it available, you know, if you could get natural gas for your RV, it would be the safest gas you could get. It really would. Because that way, if you opened your ceiling vent, not only would it vent out the gas if you had a gas leak, but it would also pull in fresh air through the windows as it vented out. So, you know, you got a win-win there. But yeah, for you guys that are out there in your RVs like me, you got to know how to kind of stay safe. And, you know, lighting burners on the stove or even running the furnace with all the windows tightly closed is not your best choice. I got to tell you that. You know, you got to have some kind of ventilation or you're probably headed to La La Land. Does that happen? I'm sure it does occasionally, probably not too often because they got carbon monoxide sensors and all kind of stuff now to avoid that situation. Unfortunately, they're so sensitive that they will even go off if there's somebody wearing perfume in the RV. Sometimes they're that sensitive. So what else can I tell you about propane, butane, and natural gas? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Just that I would prefer to use natural gas because I did learn a lot about it. And it's true what I said about when it vents up through the earth from an underground pipe leak, there you're going to have dead vegetation all around where that leak is. So those of you that live in neighborhoods in any city in the world that is supplied by natural gas, as you drive down the street, if you see a half moon dead like shape up into a yard from the street, it ain't chinch bugs, it's a gas leak, I guarantee you. And if you've got a dead spot in your yard and it's where the line goes up to your house, guarantee you it's a natural gas leak, because the ground where it comes through will be real crusty and hard because it takes all the oxygen out with it. Now, isn't this interesting? But it is good to know. So you can use the burners on your stove. That's the same thing as running the furnace. The furnace is the same. It's just a big burner with a fan. And the burners on the stove, you know, you can turn them down low so that you don't use a lot of excess propane. And as you know, most of you know, furnaces and RVs are propane hogs. They really are. They will use up a lot of propane. So what I would do is I would just put a burner on low, and if I had a fan like the O2 fan, battery operated or 12 volt operated, then I would just turn it on low to circulate the heat from the burner. And yeah, it's like central air and heat, guarantee you. But clothes is the first step. Put on some clothes, dogs. you'll feel a lot better. And for me, I'm not a minimalist. I know a lot of people say that, but I mean, I just don't have much. I guess that's the same thing. But I do have like 3 layers of jogging pants. I got 3 pair of jogging pants, and then I've also got some long johns. I do have some wool socks, and then I've got I don't know how many, probably 5 long sleeve t-shirts. I don't have any sweatshirts. I used to have a big old dark blue heavy sweatshirt, but I don't have it anymore. It got so old it started falling apart. I mean, you don't want to come to my garage sale, okay? I mean, when I get rid of something, it is wore out. I mean, ain't nothing left. But having said that, now we'll just cruise along. I'll blab a little bit longer, and this is Highway 29 going west towards Llano. We're going to go through the little community of Buchanan Dam. And for all you guys out there in your RVs that are using gas to heat, be careful. I've never had an RV with a monitor. I mean, I've had them that had a monitor. Well, no, I've never had one that had a carbon monoxide. Yes, I did. The last one I had, the Jayco J-Flight and the Coachman, I'm sorry, they both had carbon monoxide monitors. Unfortunately for me, I took the batteries out of one and unhooked the other one. And in this one, you had to go all the way to the fuse box and get the fuse out to kill it. And I know everybody's, oh no, you're gonna die. Well, I've been doing this for 25 years, guys. I'm still here. I mean, if I can get another 25, I'm good. That'd make me 98. That just about put me over the hill. You're all gonna die of something. Natural gas, of course, they put that skunk in it to give it an odor. And the same way with propane, it has an odor that is very noticeable. Same way with butane. They do that intentional. Natural gas actually has no odor. They put skunk in it, odor, so you can smell it in case there's a leak. But anyway, yeah, just be careful. Use common sense. If you've got the burner on low, open the window a little bit somewhere, or 2 windows, so you get a little ventilation, because what's happening is as that flame is burning, it's taking the oxygen out of the air. You want to get it replaced. So, but for those of you that don't want to do it, don't. And what else? Here we go, guys. This is Highway 29, and I mean, I'm rocking along here at 53 miles an hour, guys. Fixing to get down to 50. Going the wrong direction, huh? But it is a nice day now. We've got a little overcast sky, as you can see. It's 40 degrees. Well, now it dropped down to 39, just as I said that. But tomorrow's going to be a little warmer, and then Monday through the rest of the month is going to be okay. We'll be back to good old Texas comfortable weather. As far as me taking another trip, I think about it all the time. I'm glad I didn't stay down in Del Rio dry camping, I promise you that. I do not regret leaving there when I did one bit, because I'd have been cold. The big community of Buchanan Dam. If you ever come here to Buchanan Dam on Highway 29, up here on the right, you're going to see a little, well, I've already passed it actually. There's a sign that says Buchanan Dam, points to the right. That's the dam itself, okay? The little community, you got to go just stay on the Highway 29 and you'll go right through it. Okay? And it's kind of a stick and plumb town, you know what I mean? You stick your head out the window and you're plumb out of town. That's a biggie. I have to put that on Google. But I'm riding around. When I finish this video, I'm going to order me a Hunt Brothers pizza, Saturday night pizza. I haven't had a pizza in a while, actually, probably a month. But I'll get me one. I think it comes with when they slice it all up. It's a square pizza, so I think it ends up being 16 slices, small ones. They're little. They're about maybe 4-inch squares, in that range. But I eat 3 slices per meal. Well, actually, the first meal I go with 4, and the rest of them I go with 3, and that rounds it out. makes it work. So I get like 5 meals out of one pizza, and it costs $10 with everything. That's it's all the ingredients. It comes with cheese. You can get extra cheese, but I just get the regular cheese. It comes with cheese, pepperoni, sausage, onions, bell pepper, olives, black olives, what else? Jalapenos, and I may be leaving something out. But yeah, it's a loaded little pizza, man. $10. Hunt Brothers, you can get them at gas stations and quick stops and stuff. A lot of people don't think they're they're cheap. Well, they're not cheap actually. They're the same price as Domino's and Pizza Hut. It's just that they're in more places than Domino and Pizza Hut because they don't have brick and mortar buildings. They just sell the ingredients and the crust to a place and a little machine to heat them or cook them, and they're good to go. That station is in business. Oh, that place, the Tamale King went out of business. The building is for sale. Can you believe that? Unless they're moving into another building, you think? Well, they could have priced themselves out of business because they really went up on their prices. But I thought they were doing pretty good. I know y'all care about this conversation, don't you? You don't even know who Tamale King is. Tamale King is a little restaurant in this little community that sells, well, years ago it used to just sell tamales. That's all they had. And they had a tamale machine, and they sold a lot of tamales. But it gradually became Tamale King, a Mexican food restaurant, and they had a full menu of Mexican food, and it's pretty good. And their prices weren't too bad, but gradually went up, and they just went right out of business. How long have we been on this thing? I can't really tell. A while. I'll end it up here in a minute. So here we go to Kingsland now, 5 miles. From here it's 18 miles to Marble Falls. Kingsland, Texas, unincorporated community. We got a lot of those up here, and I like it. No city police, no county, no city council people, none of that bureaucracy. They get their law enforcement from the county. And of course then you got the Department of Public Safety, the Texas Highway Patrol, and not much telling what else. Got a lot of that, don't we? Well, I need to call in my pizza, guys. But anyway, you guys that are using any kind of gas, well, propane is what you're using in an RV. Just remember that it's heavier than air. If you've got a propane leak, it's going to be on the floor, and you'll light a match, and adios, amigo. So what else can I tell you? Be careful with that stuff, and enjoy your life. Enjoy your RVing. Enjoy everything. Here we go. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, anytime you want. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission, and it does not cost you 1 penny. What else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, take deep breaths in and out, relieve stress, lowers your blood pressure, and try to, remain positive. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and get with them, guys. Don't let the old man in. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.